Hello and welcome to Pick a Card Palace. In today's Pick a Card reading, we will be looking at the topic Messages from Your Person. For this reading, we have 6 options. Option 1 is the hot dog. Option 2 is the donut. Option 3 is the burger. Option 4 is the fries. Option 5 is the popsicle. And option 6 is the pizza. Now you can choose whichever one or more options are calling to you. And then you can scroll down to the description box where you will find links taking you directly to each of the individual readings. Now I'm going to give you a chance to look at these options and make your selection before we get started. Hello again, option 1. If you chose the hot dog, this will be your reading. Again, we are looking at messages from your person today. So, what would your person like to say to you at this time? Option 1. What's on their mind? What would they like to say to you? Let's see. We have... I need an explanation, some good communication somehow. That is from the song Beautiful Emilie by Keziah Jones. Now, I feel like this song came out recently for another reading of mine. So I'm going to try and link that other reading in the description. Let me make note of that. Okay, so as you can see here, option 1, your person is confused. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on with you or your situation or both. But they want to know. They want to understand. They need clarity. They want communication and not just some words, but words that have meaning that they can understand. Now this song is actually a somewhat sad song because it's about someone who is, it seems they're heartbroken over the fact that something has ended between them and the person they're singing to, Emilie. So it seems that Emilie somehow left the singer hanging or just left or disappeared or broke up without really explaining why. But this person is very much wanting to know and understand because they want to make it right. So we begin your reading, option 1, with this energy of your person wanting to tell you that they want you to tell them what is going on, because they want to fix the situation. Okay, let's get some more messages here from your person, option 1. So what else would option 1's person like to say, to them? Okay, we got a flipper. Actually, we got a couple of flippers here, excuse me. We have, I was hurt by you, and will this ever change? Okay, well, that goes right back to what we were talking about here, is that the person in the song is heartbroken and confused, and your person here apparently wants you to know they felt hurt by you. And they're wondering about change because, again, there's some sense here that there's stagnation or nothing's changing, nothing's happening, nothing's moving forward. It's kind of this empty space, and the person doesn't know whether this is a pause or whether this is an ending. So let me actually shuffle again and pull some cards, though. If you watch my readings, you know I don't really take what I call flippers, cards like that. I like to shuffle and then draw. So again, for option 1, what would their person like to say to them? Okay, we have, don't put up with my BS. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got here. What is the truth? Okay, well, we actually know this person is very confused and wanting to get some answers. We were just talking about that, and so now here we have a card coming out again to emphasize this confusion and how they want you to clear up their confusion, option 1. Now, as for not putting up with their BS, well, I guess that indicates that they know they did something that is not right. And maybe you just decided you didn't have time for that. And so they at least maybe have an inkling of an understanding of what went wrong here. But I think they want you to explain more specifically. You know, maybe they don't want to just assume. And they kind of like, you know, when you have a pet and you're trying to train your pet to not go on the carpet. I guess this would apply to dogs mainly. But anyway, you're trying to get your pet to not go on the carpet. And during the training, they get really stressed or excited or something, and they go on the carpet. Well, then you try to correct the situation. Maybe you think, okay, I'm going to discipline the pet so that the pet will understand, hey, you did something wrong by going on the carpet when I'm training you not to go on the carpet. But the thing is that, you know, maybe the pet doesn't quite understand, maybe hasn't quite made the connection, and so all the pet knows is that they did in fact do something wrong because there was some kind of bad outcome. But that's all they know, because they don't really maybe have the capacity yet to put 2 and 2 together, as they say. So maybe that's your person, option 1. Maybe they just don't really know how to put 2 and 2 together, or just don't want to make assumptions. They just want clear communication from you. They want to know the truth. So let's get some more messages here from your person, option 1. What else would this person like to say to option 1? We have, I need space. This separation is needed right now. Well, that's kind of not what I would expect them to be saying, since they seem to want an explanation. But maybe they want you to explain and then go away, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they want to tell you after you tell them what's going on that they need space. So this is getting to be a somewhat complex message. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, but it is indicating that if you chose option 1, there's a good chance that you are in separation with this person. Now, you may still be talking or something with this person, but not as much. It could be that this is more of an emotional or communicative separation than a physical one, but I'm going to guess for most of you, maybe literally this person is not around, and it's maybe because you decided not to put up with their BS, and they know that, but they I don't know, they just want it spelled out for them for some reason. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is the type of person, I don't know if this is a games player, option 1, but maybe they want you to explain to them why you went away so that they can kind of pull you back into some kind of drama and then flip it up on you and say, oh, well, I mean, I need a space from you anyway. And I mean, I can't really, devote my time to us right now. And so I don't know what you want me to say. Which, of course, is totally out of left field for someone who supposedly just desperately wants you to explain, and they want to make things right. Like, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they just want you to come back around so that, I don't know, they can gaslight or something. This is weird. Okay, well, let's continue, though. Let's see what else we got. Okay, now we have don't wait around for me. Don't wait around for me? I need space? What is going on, option one? Well, first of all, here's two don'ts. And they're telling you something direct here. Don't put up with my BS and don't wait around for me. So I would say, option one, that maybe they're giving you some good advice here. At the same time that they want the explanation and they need the space, which is like total opposite to me. So yeah, I think this person is just, I don't know, the kind of person who likes to mess with your head, or maybe they just want you to come back around so that they can, like I said, draw you back into some BS or drama, and they know you don't have time for that. So that's weird. This is, you've got an interesting one here. Option one. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, I wasn't even asking my question yet, but okay. Here we go. It says past. The weight of what happened between us still lingers. I'm not yet over our past. Okay, well, I suppose that might have something to do with why they seem to have this. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth here, really, option one. Something happened in the past to make them unsure. Maybe this is why they say they need the space. They're telling you don't wait around for them. But this song is not forget about me and move on type of song. This is I can't forget about you and I can't move on. In fact, I think there's a line that says, do ordinary people specialize, like in just one person and getting to know and understand and cater to one person. And so the song definitely strongly suggests here, option one, that your person is very into you, even if they're telling you not to wait around and not to put up with their BS. Okay, so I did not want to put down that flipper because I don't, as we were just discussing, lay down flippers. I like to acknowledge them and move on. But let's get back to the reading per se. So what else would this person like to say to option one? What would they like to say to option one? We have negative. I'm hiding my true intentions and I don't actually care about your well-being. Okay. Well, now, we were just discussing how this person seems to be on some gaslighting stuff. BS. So this is just confirming it here. Like, they are hiding their true intentions. So I don't know what their true intentions are, if it's just to confuse you or gaslight you or just engage with you and get you kind of interested in them. Maybe that's what they want. They want to see you show some emotion towards them, good or bad. But then they also want to, like, cut you off at the knees by saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter what you say because I need space anyway, so I didn't want you anyway. Like, I don't know, I'm getting a very childish energy here. But it might be because there's something that happened in the past and they're not over it, and maybe they somehow, I don't know, lack maturity to handle this a different way. Yes, you would know, though. You would know your person, option one. So now let's see if we can just, I kind of am afraid to ask this, but can we get a random message from your person for you? Option one. Let's see what your person would just randomly say. Here. We have alien invasion. Let's see if you can see that. My focus is not focusing today. Let me see. Let's see if I can we change that? Can we make a change? Yes. E.T. Go Home is what this card says. Now that's interesting, option 1, because I was saying how your person is kind of talking out of two sides of their mouth. You know, they want you close, but they want to push you away. And this whole E.T. Go Home thing is just bringing that idea back around for me. Not that they really want to dismiss you, but some part of them doesn't want to be the one who got dumped or the one who you moved on from. Maybe they want to have the bragging right, at least in their own mind, to say, well, no, I just broke up with her, even though the truth of the matter is something quite different. They are very into you, as I was saying. Let's see, at the bottom of this deck here we have sweaty pits. So can we get a focus? Probably not, because now I want to. Oh, okay, well, I'll read it out to you. It's too bad. It's doing so well with the focus. Oh, there we go. Sometimes when I get nervous, I stick my hands under my armpits and then I smell them like this. That is from Mary Catherine Gallagher in Superstar. I'm not familiar with that. If any of you are, please enlighten me in the comments. But this is a bizarre thing to do, I must say. But it fits really well with this reading, because your person seems to be having bizarre, or maybe not bizarre, but like, as I said, you know, total opposite sentiments that they want to express to you. Like they're, I don't know, like their mind is not right or settled. So it could be option 1. I don't know if any of you are dealing with someone maybe who does struggle with mental health issues. But if that's the case, I could see how that would be coming through now. And with the sweaty pits, I think this is pretty clearly indicating that your person is just very nervous. Very, 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 very nervous regarding you in this situation. So it could be that they are, yeah, I think there's a fear on their part of admitting how much you mean to them. Huh. Okay. So now, before we close out, I'm going to see if we can get a message from your person's higher self to you. So what would option 1's person say to option 1? Well, what would their higher self say to option 1? Let's see. We have, yes. The world needs more people like you. Wow. See, now I think that is a much truer reflection of how they're feeling about you, option 1, even though there were some messages here that suggest maybe this isn't so true. But I think that's actually a great sentiment to end this reading on, option 1, because yeah, your person definitely cares and cares a lot, but they're struggling and having some issues, I think. Okay, so I'm going to end your reading here, option 1. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to move on now to option 2. Hello, option 2. If you chose the donut, this will be your reading. Today we are getting messages from your person, so let's get right into it. For those who chose option 2, what would their person like to say to them at this time? What would they like to say to option 2? What would this person like to say to option 2? we have, I ain't got a dime, but what I got is mine. I ain't rich, but Lord, I'm free. That is from Amarillo by Morning by George Strait. Okay, now I have to tell you, there aren't many lyrics from country songs in this deck, but you here have one. So I don't know if you or your person perhaps is a country music fan. If so, I'm to understand George Strait is legendary. But anyway, your person wants to express to you option one that they're free. You know, they don't have things tying them down. Like maybe your person isn't someone who is overwhelmed by debts. Like maybe they're not struggling to pay a mortgage or a car payment. Maybe they're just free. Maybe, you know, they don't have much, but what they have is theirs, free and clear. And that gives them an overall sense of freedom. I wonder if they want to talk to you about money and how they don't have much, but that it's okay with them. Or if they want to talk about freedom, which is to say not being tied down. Maybe when we get some more messages here, we can understand where this is going. So for option two, what else would their person like to say to them? I have to let you go to find myself. Okay, well, it looks then like maybe this could be about money and freedom. But the first thing I thought after drawing this card is that this is about freedom. Your person wants to talk to you, option two, about how they need to be free so that they can find themselves. Let me see what else we got here. We have, they have hurt me. So maybe you know who the they is, and maybe you don't. This could be referring to someone from your person's past, someone from your person's present. But somebody here, according to this card here, has hurt your person, and they want you to know that they have been hurt by someone. And maybe in the process of being in that situation, they came to realize that they were losing themselves, and that's why now they realize that they need to find themselves again, figure out who they are and what they really want and what they're about, and maybe establish boundaries and, you know, all of that stuff, self-care and all. But yeah, it seems that they want to talk to you about why they need to be free. Okay. So what else would option two's person like to say to option two? Okay, we have everything reminds me of you. Well, even though they have to let you go, according to them, option two, they still are being reminded of you everywhere they turn. Maybe they go into a store and the music playing is some song that they were listening to with you at some point. It's some positive memory, perhaps. Or they bump into a friend or an old friend, acquaintance, classmate, workmate, someone who knows of you, and maybe they ask, hey, how's so-and-so? Or they bring you up somehow, or just little things like that. They're not looking to think of you or remember you, but everything around them is like, It's like the universe is conspiring to keep having them bring their thoughts back around to you. Let's see what else we got here. Also, we have, I'm keeping my distance to protect you and your energy. Okay, well, this goes back to the whole needing to be free thing and why they need to be free, because they need to find themselves in the wake, perhaps, of having been hurt by someone. Maybe they were making choices that were not honoring themselves, and now so they want to try and work on that. And while they're doing that, they understand that maybe there's some things about them that really aren't so nice for you to be exposed to. Maybe they don't want you to see them struggling with this metamorphosis, if you will, this big change that they are making or know they need to make. I am getting the sense here maybe that, like, I don't know, I mean, if you're in separation and you're not talking to the person, I'm not convinced that this is a message about things being over for good and forever. I feel like more like this is an explanation for why things are not moving forward now, and yet there's still a door open for possible developments in the future. Let me see. So what else would this person like to say to option 2? We have empathy. I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you. Wow, that's nice. I'm kind of surprised to get the message here, though, with empathy, because this card focuses on their care for you, their support of you, when the rest of this message has been about how maybe they need kind of a support from you that involves stepping back from them and giving them that space while they are working on themselves. So it's interesting. They want you to know, though, that I think this is saying that, you know, if you need them, they'll be there. What's that song? Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. Probably somebody else has sung it by now. I'll link that in the description too. But you're probably familiar with the gist of the song. You know, it says, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me time after time. Yeah, I'm going to write that down here. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this person is saying, option 2, that even though I have to step away or pull back, I'm still constantly thinking of you. I want to keep the door open for future possibilities when I am better, when I can be a better person for you. But in the meantime, if you ever need anything, I promise I will be there. Of course, you'll have to reach out to them probably to let them know that. But they just want you to know that you very much have their support. Option 2, even if they're not, you know, showing up in a more, they're not being more present right now than they are. Okay, so now option 2. Let's see if we can get a random message from your person. So, what else would option 2's person like to say to option 2? Okay, we have clowns. They would be really funny if they weren't so darn scary. You know, I think maybe this has something to do with, since the card's falling right up under this card, finding themselves. I think maybe they want to express how they have been wearing a mask, so to speak. They've been playing a role that isn't truly them. You know, they're trying to find themselves and get out of performing for the sake of somebody else's approval. You know, they're looking to be authentic, to stop pretending like they're someone who they're not. But at the same time, this growth is scary. I mean, it's there's a lot of uncertainty here. I mean, I think they may be nervous about the idea that, you know, they would need to step back from you, because if they step back for too long, you may be gone. But at the same time, they recognize that they need this. You know, I'll say someone in my life some time ago was talking to me about their relationship, and this was a guy, and he was saying, or I should say not his relationship, but he was kind of dating various people at one time, we'll say. But anyway, there was one person in particular, or I think really all of the someones he was dating at the time. But he said, you know, I feel like I don't want to commit to her because I think I would just end up hurting her. And this person had gone through, you know, really bad breakup, and really wasn't in the right, I think, heart space, and definitely not the right head space to be making any kind of new commitment. I think he recognized that this woman he was referring to deserved better than that. And so his decision was to pull back and not go all in with her, or not commit to her, because he saw that he would not really show up for her like he needed to and would have wanted to if his headspace were better. So I think maybe something like that is going on here. Option 2 is not that your person doesn't want you or isn't interested or doesn't think you're a very worthwhile person someone would be happy to be with, including them. It's just that they've got personal issues right now. Okay, so now before we end the reading, let's get a message from your person's higher self. Option 2. So what would the higher self of this person like to say to option 2 at this time? We have, be the most brilliant color in the box. You know, I feel like there is some sadness here, even though this is a very cheerful message, option 2. I feel like your person believes they have not lived their life in a way where they were being all that they could be. Instead, they were just, as I said, pretending to be someone they weren't. But their encouragement for you is, hey, don't do what I did. Don't be like me. Go out there and be you. Go out there and take life by both horns. You know, don't pass up an opportunity to be the best you can be, to experience what life has to offer. There's almost a sense here like maybe they would want to tell you, option 2, that they will understand if you don't wait for them. even if they would like for you to, they understand, you know, reality, that you couldn't wait forever. You know, that they should not expect you to wait forever. But okay, so this is your reading, option 2. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to move on to option 3 here shortly. Hello, option 3. If you chose this burger, this will be your reading. Today we are looking at messages from your person, so let's see what your person would like to say to you at this time. Option 3. So what would this person who has brought option 3 to this reading today like to say to option 3? What would they like to say to option 3? We have, when we're alone, I know we're in love, 'cause I can't get enough. This is from I Like the Way, The Kissing Game by High Five. Oh, well, now that's very upbeat energy, actually, option 3. So your person would like you to know that they have an in love with you type feeling. And not only just a feeling, but they know not only that they are in love with you, but that you're in love with them, and that you two are in love. You are in a state of in loveness with each other. And it's because of the way you are together when you're alone. They say they cannot get enough of you. So this is very romantic, option 3. Very sensual, shall I say. But you know, we're going to keep this PG. The title of the song even has kissing, the word kissing in it. It's The Kissing Game, actually. The lyrics go, I like the way you kiss me when we're playing the kissing game. So that's, you know, kind of playful. Like I guess in these two people here have this game that they play that involves kissing. Maybe it's like a drinking game or something. I don't know. Except that it maybe doesn't involve drinking, but you know what I mean. But anyway, the song goes on to say, I like the way you keep me looking forward to another day. So there's something, like I said, this is some very upbeat energy, romantic, sexual, sensual, and you give this person a feeling of hope. They look forward to the next time that they can see you. Option 3. Well, that's nice. Okay, so what else would this person like to say to option 3? I am the man. Huh. Okay, so maybe your person is not literally a man, though they certainly could be. And, you know, most of the people who watch my channel, I think, are watching for masculines. But, you know, you could change that to I am the woman. But the idea here is this person feels like they're on top of the world. They are the king of the world, option 3, because of you, because of the way that you make them feel. That's pretty awesome. Let's see what else we got. We also have I can't express myself. So maybe all of this is kind of news to you, option 3. Maybe this person does not shout it from the rooftops, doesn't write you long romantic letters, which actually a song's coming to me here. What is the name of that song? It's by Keziah and JoJo. I think it might be called Last Night's Letter. But the lyrics go something like, last night I wrote a short letter and it went this way. Dear baby, I love you. Just thinking of you. Love always. Oh, maybe that's the name of the song. Maybe the name of the song is Love Always. Or maybe that's the name of the album it came off of. Anyway, I'll link that in the description. It's coming through here, I think, because your person feels this way about you, that they would just like to let you know that the way they feel about you makes them want to write you letters, just random love letters. I don't know if your person's one to write or one to type, because it says here I can't express myself. So maybe they have a hard time articulating these feelings, but this is they've got some very positive feelings about you. Option 3, sorry, I was writing down the name of that song here. So let's continue here. See what else your person would like to say to you, option 3. So what else would this person, who's option 3's person, like to say to option 3? Let me see. Okay, we have, I am healing. Please be patient with me. This is a flipper, as I call it, so I'm not going to lay it on the table, but your person also wants you to be patient with them. Maybe this goes back to not being able to express themselves. Maybe they're keeping this to themselves, even though they have these feelings. They're not articulating them. Like I said, they're not saying them. So what else would this person like to say to option 3? We have, I'm keeping tabs on you. Okay, and we also have, I want to rebuild our connection. Now, that's interesting, because I would think that this was already a connection that, was that had a good foundation. Maybe some of you here are recently reconnected, and that's why we have the idea of rebuilding, because this is someone who you had a past with, and now they're back and they want to improve things going forward. Or maybe for some of you, perhaps somehow you are not interacting with this person, which is kind of surprising to me because of the energy so far. But okay, I'll allow for the idea that there are people who are watching and they are in a no contact situation. But if that's the case for you, I mean, it is indicating here that your person is keeping tabs on you. So they're keeping up with what's going on, I guess. Even if they're not, expressing, as I have said here numerous times, I think. So what else would this person like to say to option 3? We have gaslight. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences and memories. I was not expecting that. So why is this person talking about trying to have you doubt your experiences? For those of you maybe not in communication, maybe this person sort of wants you to believe that they don't care, or that they never cared, and that they're not interested in a future. But this card is indicating in that case that no, they may want you to think that, but that's not actually true. And in fact, you may feel that. You may be aware, your gut or your intuition is telling you, no, this person there really is something, or there really was something, and this person is just, for some reason, not wanting to express it. This card says, I can't. I can't express myself. Like, as I was saying, like they maybe are struggling with communication or something. But I wonder what this struggle is about. I guess for different people watching, it'll be something different. Now, if you're not in a no contact situation with this person, they may still be in your space, hanging out with you and doing things with you, and yet not expressing their feelings verbally. And again, there's this sense like they don't want you to know or believe in the truth. Like they don't want you to know how they really feel for you, how much you mean to them. I wonder why this is. Like, I'm getting stuck on this. I can't express myself. Is it that they can't or that they won't? You know, is this a willful thing? And if so, what's that all about? You know, what comes to mind to me here, and I'm thinking this is not everyone's situation who's watching this option 3, but could it be that some of you are in what they call a situationship, wherein maybe your person is romantically involved with you, shall we say, but not exclusive and not showing any indications of making it exclusive, and you know that they're kind of a free agent, so to speak. And apparently they maybe want you to just keep thinking that, even though that's not the case. I mean, they don't have as casual of an idea about this relationship as they are trying to make you believe. There's gaslighting going on here. I suppose there might even be some people here who are in the so-called third party situation wherein this person is actually with someone else. Maybe that's why they can't express themselves, and that's why they are acting this way with the gaslighting. Oh, that's interesting. Makes me wonder, is this song lyric more about fantasy than about reality? But, take what resonates here, option 3. So now let's see if we can get a random message from your person, option 3. What else would this person like to say to option 3? We have my first kiss. Sparks were flying. Of course, that could have been the braces. Let me see if you can get this. There we go. I'm laughing because, we've been talking about, like, quite specifically kissing. And this person here is referencing the first kiss. I suppose there's somebody here who's, listening, and maybe this is, maybe you were this person's first kiss, I suppose. This person is reminiscing about you as the one who was their first kiss, or it could be that, and this is, I think, what's likely for most of you, option 3, you are reminding this person of what the first kiss was like. The excitement, the wonder, the feelings. And again, we were talking with this song here, like that there's something almost magical about the two of you together, according to this person, how they really feel versus what they actually show, which apparently they're not expressing this fully. Okay. Okay, so now before we close out, let's see if we can get a message from your person's higher self to you. Option 3. So what would this person's higher self like to say to option 3? We have, your enthusiasm is infectious. Okay, so they think you're sorry about that loud vehicle outside my window suddenly cranking up. Which is funny, actually. I tend to take these types of things as omens. So this truck is revving up. So you like rev this person's engine, so to speak, option 3. Like they're very into you. They're very excited by you. But again, the truck is going, and actually that person does, it seems, a lot of coming and going. So it harkens back to the situationship scenario I mentioned. Or if not that, then like the idea that this person's kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out, or they're hiding their feelings because they're pretending to be more distant or feel less close to you than they actually are. But getting back to this card, yeah, they think that you are someone who's enthusiastic and that it rubs off on them, and that's great. And I was talking about the way that you are together when you're alone. I mean, there's something very happy and uplifting about that for your person. Option 3. Okay, so I'm going to leave your message at that. Option 3, thank you very much for joining me. Okay. Hello, option 4. If you chose the fries, this will be your reading. So we are looking at messages from your person. Let's see what your person would like to say to you, option 4, at this time. So what would option 4's person like to say to them? What would they like to say? We have, you should understand me like I understand you. That is from the song If You Don't Know Me By Now by Harold Melvin. Okay, so you're getting a classic song. Option 4. So this song is about relationship problems. You know, the singer is expressing their distress at the notion that their person isn't I was going to say isn't behaving in a mature way when it comes to their communication. I mean, the person just wants to argue, and they're argumentative, and it doesn't matter what the singer says. Like, that's what things devolve into. You know, it's like their person is just raring for a fight. So maybe your person feels that way about you, option 4. They feel like you are overly argumentative, and not because there's really anything to argue about, but you make something out of nothing a lot, or you're very nitpicky, and that maybe there's something else underlying this hostility that they feel coming from you, option 4. So they want you to know, you know, they think that you should understand them like they understand you. Like that in this song, this is about a couple that has a history. This is a long-standing couple. And so the lyric is, if you don't know me by now, you will never know me. Like, how is it that you're misunderstanding me? I mean, I thought by now that you would get who I am as a person, and somehow you object to so much. So that is their first message, option 4. Let's see what else we got. What else would option 4's person like to say to option 4? The passion is too much. Well, now the question is, which passion, which type of passion? Is this the physical passion? It could be. Could be that they are feeling this strong attraction to you and it's over the top and too much. It could also be that the passion from the arguments is too much to them. That it's exhausting even. They can't handle it. So I guess it could be both. It could be one or both. You know, you have those types of relationships, you know, can't live with them, can't live without them. So maybe that's what's going on here, option 4. Your person is just expressing their frustration because they feel so attracted to you, but then there's this maybe constant conflict or frequent conflict. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We also have I want out. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't know if this is that they want out of your relationship, option 4. I suppose for some of you, yeah, that could be. And if so, keep in mind that card readings are of the moment. So even if your person actually feels this way in the moment, that moment can pass, and so might their feeling that is being indicated. So at least at this point, they could want out of the relationship, or as I suspect, they want out of the argumentative dynamic, this kind of pattern of ongoing conflict, because it's too much. So what else would this person like to say to option 4? We have, I am running because I don't think I deserve you. Okay, well, maybe we have somewhat of a confirmation here of them wanting out in this moment. They may not continue to want out, option 4, but it's obviously really a very difficult situation for them. And here we get maybe some underlying truth that's driving this feeling right now, option 4, because they say they're running because they don't think they deserve you. So maybe the arguments or having some kind of problem with the arguments is their excuse for detaching or getting away. And they perhaps want to get away because they actually think they don't deserve you, that they're not good enough for you, that you will maybe dump them, which might be referring back to the ongoing conflict that makes them feel like it's too much. Maybe what's too much for them, option 4, is their fear that you're just going to dump them anyway. So maybe they think, well, if I get out first, if I dump them, if I, break things off, then they don't get to do that to me. Let me see, what else we got here? We also have pictures of you still make me smile. Okay, so I have to say here, that this group here, we could be dealing with a situation in which you are no longer together or in contact, which is interesting because, it seems that this information is kind of like of the now, but maybe this is all referring to what happened in the past, and maybe this is an explanation to some of you watching. Your person wants to explain what happened, what cause the breakdown and the leave taking, perhaps. Because we have the notion here that they're like literally running. And then we also have pictures of you still make me smile, and that suggests to me that the still suggests that maybe for some of you this is a past person who looks at your pictures sometimes. I don't know if they're watching on social media or if they just have photos of you that they still go and look back at, but they make your person smile. Since we are talking about running and the possibility that this is a past thing, and this here, the idea that the passion is too much, I wonder, there could be some people here who are in soul connections, twin flame connections, where you're not in union, like you're in separation or something. Take what resonates. I suppose I started this reading thinking that the energy, though, is a current energy, like one. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. The one time I didn't turn my phone down. Sorry, I gotta change that ringtone. I do not like it, but that's what the phone came with. So anyway, sorry about that. Now let's get back to the reading. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this card just flipped out. It says health. I'm here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. Well, now that's I'm not going to put this down. I was about to put it down. I was just talking about, people on a twin flame journey. Well, there you go. This person is here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. For those of you who resonate with that, if not, I do find this an interesting juxtaposition. The health card comes out with the fries. Fries are not considered terribly healthy, but I love fries. I love them, so I don't care. But yeah, so that's funny. There's maybe a sense here that your person just wants things to be healthy between you, option 4. So they don't like the drama and the arguments, whether this is past energy or whether this is current energy. They don't like it. They don't think it's healthy. But they are here to support wellness and balance. So if that means they have to get out of the connection in order for there to be peace, then maybe that is what they have in mind to do in the moment. But again, take what resonates. Probably a lot of people chose the fries. They're so cute and inviting. So maybe that's why we're getting kind of a message that's less unified, I think, than usual. Well, let me shuffle some more and actually draw a card from this deck. So as we were saying, what else would this person like to say to option 4? We have journey. Adventure awaits. A physically or emotionally expanding experience is ahead. So, we keep talking about journeys, the twin flame journey, and here we go again with the journey. Okay, well, your person wants to indicate to you that this is a process, option 4. So, even though maybe they're running now, that isn't necessarily the end of the story. The journey is not over yet. So this person wants you to know that there is a future. One that I think this person doesn't want to look like all the conflict that has gone on in the past. Okay, so now let's get a random message from your person, option 4. What else would this person like to say to option 4? Oh, okay, this card. Okay, Godzilla. A giant nuclear, let me see if I can get, it was doing so well. You're doing so well with the focus. A giant nuclear contaminated monster first introduced in 1954, often referred to as that guy in the rubber suit. Okay, well, there's an element here of, again, like a whole lot of drama that is catastrophic. Your person wants you to know that they feel like things have gotten out of hand between you, or that they could get out of hand, because again, the passion is too much, the strife, the conflict is too much, or the attraction that they feel to you is too much for them to handle, and so they're seeing this as some kind of terrifying monster to face. In such case, I guess we could understand why, they're running and they quote unquote want out. Maybe this struggle of desperately feeling drawn to you, but also desperately wanting to escape is just too much. But this is a journey, so do not lose heart to option 4. Your person may be running, but it doesn't seem like that's the end of your story, like I was saying. So let's see if we can get a message from your person's higher self before we close things out. So for option 4, what would their person's higher self like to say to option 4? We have, you totally rock. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. All right, so there you go. They think you are awesome and totally rock. Option 4. So as I said, it's just too much. Something here is too much for them. It's conflict, passion, or both. But perhaps in the future, things will be different between you. Okay, option 4, I'm going to leave things here. Thank you very much for joining me. Hello there, option 5. If you chose the popsicle, this will be your reading. We are looking at messages from your person today. So what would option 5's person like to say to option 5 at this time? What would they like to say to option 5? We have, just like a baby, I could not talk. And I tried to come closer, but could not walk. And I think of it every night, how I just could not get it right. That is from the song, Can We Talk, by Tevin Campbell. I said Kevin. Well, that's very close to Kevin. It's just Kevin with a T. Okay. So it's interesting because this card, this lyric, I should say, expresses the idea that your person, option 5, somehow can't bring themselves to talk to you or even approach you. In the song here, this is about someone who sees a girl and is just so enamored of her, and he desperately wants to shoot his shot, but he's afraid. Just like a baby. I couldn't walk, and I tried to come closer, and I couldn't talk. Like he's just rendered immobilized here. So, yeah, your person maybe would like to communicate their feelings to you, option 5, but find it difficult to do so. They want to, but it's a scary thing for them. for some reason. So what else would option 5's person like to say to option 5? I am scared of rejection. Well, there you go. That makes perfectly good sense. That's why they're immobilized by fear, because they don't want to get rejected. They think you would reject them, or there's a chance that you will reject them, option 5. Let's see what else. It says, I wish I could be a different person. Wow. So maybe option 5, your person thinks that you would reject them because of the person they are, and there's this person in their mind that they think you would want to be with or prefer, and they're not it. So they don't feel good enough, option 5. Also, this whole situation that has them so scared to even approach you makes them feel bad about themselves. They feel like they're weak, and this makes them wish they could be a different person, because a different person would be brave and strong and come towards you. And they are not that. They are not doing that. Or maybe they are, but they aren't doing it as fully as they would like. Maybe they're around, but they're not telling you how they feel. So to them, they're being cowardly. What else would option 5's person like to say to option 5? I want to break this no contact. Okay, for those of you who are in no contact, because I don't know if this is the case for everybody watching, but some of you watching are in a no contact situation, and your person is saying here they don't like it. They would like for the two of you to talk. And this song, the title of the song is Can We Talk? So there you go. Let's see what else we got here. We have, you don't realize how perfect you are to me. And there is, I think, the heart of the matter, option 5, because you're perfect. But they wish they could be a different person because they're so far away from being worthy of you. So yeah, the fear has to do with just the idea that maybe they feel like they would be punching above their weight. You're out of their league in their mind, option 5. So they really just don't want to take the chance of telling you how they feel and then getting crushed by your rejection. So what else would this person like to say to option 5? We have envy. I resent that you have what I most desire, so I will belittle your successes to make myself look better. Well, that's kind of toxic there for your person to be saying, option 5. But maybe there's some element here of truth to the idea that they wish that they could be a different person, but not just a different person. Maybe they wish they could be you, or at least a lot more like you than they are like themselves. Maybe they see you as being the opposite of how they are. They are afraid of rejection, but maybe they don't see you that way. They think that you are confident and self-assured, and that you don't even know what rejection is, because who could say no to you? Someone so perfect. Someone who has it as good as you do. Maybe your life circumstances somehow have you shining brightly, option 5, and there's, again, this is from their perspective. They feel like they are just not in your league. So there is envy. There's a kind of maybe a generalized envy. Like they are attracted to you, very attracted to you, but at the same time, they kind of want to be you. And so this creates some negativity, I should say. Some negativity in their thinking. I don't think that they would be necessarily trying to belittle your successes to make themselves look better, but maybe for some of you, you have noticed that this person kind of downplays things if you've actually, spoken extensively with them about some of your accomplishments or activities that you are engaging in to take the world by storm. Maybe they're like blasé in response to what you have to say about these things. They're acting like they're not that impressed, perhaps, but they actually are. Like I said, they're really like wowed and amazed by you. But there's something in them. Excuse me. For a lot of you, it is a him, a he. But there's something in them that is. Yeah, it's rubbing them the wrong way, I guess, because it's like you're holding a mirror up to them and showing them all of their flaws. I mean, it's not that you're doing it intentionally. You're just, being yourself. But they're triggered, I think. There's some triggering. So what is a random message that option 5's person would have for option 5? What would they like to say? We have Starbucks. They're opening a Starbucks in my living room. That's a quote from Janine Garofalo. I remember her vaguely. She was from some movie or other back in probably the 90s. Whew. She was an it girl for 5 minutes, I think, an actress. And I don't remember the name of the movie. And if you do, you can, mention it in the comments if you're familiar with her or her work. So I don't know what movie, etc. this quote is from. They're opening a Starbucks in my living room, but the emphasis here is on Starbucks. And we were talking about how you shine brightly and that you are, in their eyes, so much better than them or so much more accomplished, or something is going on there where they compare themselves to you and feel less than. And Starbucks, of course, is, probably the biggest name in coffee shops. And so they see you as the Starbucks of whatever, of their experience. Something to aspire to. Starbucks is where all the people with money go to buy their overpriced coffee. So no knock on Starbucks. I'm sure Starbucks is great. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know, but I understand apparently it must be pretty good coffee. Anyway, so your person is just, again, expressing this idea, option 5, that maybe this is specifically indicating that you're in a higher tax bracket or socioeconomic status or social status than they are. Maybe you're like uptown and they're coming from the wrong side of the tracks or something. Okay, let's see. One more thing before we close out. So let's get a message from your person's higher self. So what would this person's higher self like to say to option 5? Let's see. We have, I appreciate your thoughtfulness. So apparently they think you're and I just dropped several several cards off of the deck here. They just kind of slid on off and fell on the floor. So maybe this person has a lot of things they would like to say to you, option 5, or a lot of things their higher self would like to say. I mean, a lot. I don't know how. Look at this. Let's see. I might run through a few of them for you here. Well, maybe I can read through all of them. We have, you already have everything it takes. Make your dreams come true. Life is like a cup of tea. The taste is all in how you make it. That's funny that came out with the Starbucks. Oh, look, I appreciate your kindness and thoughtfulness. So again, this message about your thoughtfulness. They appreciate your thoughtfulness and your kindness. But I guess maybe they feel like they're not that. I don't know. What an amazing job. So yeah, it looks like you're taking the world by storm. Option 5, like in their view, you've got this. You're awesome. Make your life a masterpiece. I believe in you, and your strength inspires me. Wow. Okay, so all of that is, I guess, from their higher self, option 5, the one that is unencumbered by, petty things like envy. So this is really where they're coming from. Like I said, they think you're, wow, amazing, option 5. So I'm going to end your reading here. You've got plenty of messages. Don't tell the other groups you got all those cards. Which, I mean, they fell off the deck, so, Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'm going to move on now to option 6. Okay, let's see. Right. Hello, option 6. If you chose the pizza, this will be your reading. So we're looking at messages from your person today, option 6. What would your person like to say to you? What would this person like to say to option 6? We have, I'm so in love, baby. I don't care what your mama say. That is from the song In Love With You by Erykah Badu featuring Stephen Marley. Okay. All right. Well, this person sounds like they're in love with you. Option 6 there says, I'm so in love with you that I don't care what your mama says. So they don't care what anybody says. So I wonder if there's some sense of disapproval. Someone disapproves, or is there something controversial about them being in love with you? Option 5. I mean, sorry, not option 5, option 6. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't have to go into much detail here. Ooh. Okay, I was going to see what else we get here with other messages, and this just slid on out. You saw that? Why is it that you love me? All right, so your person is wondering why you love them. Like, I guess they don't understand why you would love them. They're so in love with you, but maybe to them it's obvious why they would be in love with you and not really obvious why you would be in love with them. I wonder why, option 6. Is there some reason that they think they're not good enough or worthy? I don't know. But that's the sense I'm getting. Now back to the reading here. What else would your person like to say to you? Option 6. I wish I could be fully honest with you. Okay, so maybe they're so in love with you and don't care what anybody thinks, but somehow they're not being fully honest with you about something. Is it how in love they are with you, or is it something else that they wish they could be fully honest with you about? Is it the fact that they feel like they don't know what you see in them? I suppose it could be that. Let's see what else we got. Why can't I move on from you? Okay, so now, I would have assumed that maybe you were with this person since they're, declaring how in love they are with you, but maybe this is someone you are currently separated from. Option 6. And maybe what they're being not so fully honest about is that they can't move on. I'll assume that's for some of you. If there are people watching and you are with this person, then maybe they wonder why their feelings for you are so strong. Like that they can't imagine moving on from you, or maybe in the past they tried. Maybe this is a situation in which you broke up with this person and you've come back together. And they're wondering why it is that they couldn't get over you. But it seems they couldn't get over you because they're so in love. They're so in love, and it makes sense they couldn't move on. I mean, if the love is real. Okay. What else would this person like to say to option 6? I am healing. Please be patient with me. And the flashbacks I have about us are intense. Well, now, certainly, these cards are suggesting, again, well, at least this one, I think maybe is, again, referring to someone from your past, like that this is a past relationship. But they're still very in love with you, and they have intense flashbacks about the two of you. Yet, they're healing and they're asking for patience. So maybe they haven't come forward with all this stuff. Maybe they haven't told you, hey, I will still want to be with you, or I want to make things work. If you are, in fact, in some kind of separation or no contact. Now, if you're actually engaging with this person, the flashbacks could be certainly referring to memories of things that have been experienced by them with you in the past. And maybe they want to convey how, I have these memories, and yeah, it happened however long ago, but it's still like it was yesterday to me. And if you are, again, with this person, they want you to know that they're healing and they would like your patience. And this maybe aligns with this idea that they're not being fully honest with you. They're trying to be better. And so they're asking for your patience. They haven't maybe opened up to you fully about what is going on with them. Their feelings, perhaps. So what else here would this person like to say to option 6? We have gift. I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. So they would like to offer you, well, I don't think just something from their heart, but their actual heart. Like, I think they are so in love and they want to convey that. They want to share that with you. They want to brighten your path with that. But, yeah, maybe they just somehow aren't quite in the right place yet. I suppose it's possible that the person is literally healing from something that happened with them or something they've got going on personally. I think we had message about someone in a previous pile dealing with mental health issues. So maybe they're healing emotionally from something. Let's see if we can get a random message from them. Option 6. So what would this person like to say to option 6? We have 800-pound gorilla. Really? Okay. Hello? Oh, it was doing so well with the focusing, and now it just doesn't want to focus. Well, it says, you can't see it probably. Where does an 800-pound gorilla sit? Anywhere it wants. That's where. So yeah, I think that they are really struggling with the fact that they're keeping something from you. And as I said earlier in the reading, it could be the depth of their feelings for you. And it's like the weight of an 800-pound gorilla sitting on their chest. But because they are still healing, they're maybe not ready to open up completely just yet. Okay, so now let's get a message from your person's higher self. So what would this person's higher self like to say to option 6? What would they like to say? You do not find a happy life, you make it. Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess you will know if that has particular meaning for you with regard to this person, option 6. I don't know if they've expressed this kind of idea to you before or telegraphed that life is in fact what you make it, but that is what their higher self wants to communicate to you at this time, is that if you are unhappy, then make changes in your life so that you can be happy. And I guess that's in whatever area of your life where you might be unhappy. That's their message. Sounds like advice for you. Option 6. Okay, so thus concludes your reading, option 6. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, and I do hope there will be a next time, goodbye.